Hello, everybody, and welcome to Friday Lives, our weekly show about content creators and everything live streaming. I'm your host, Anya, with Restream team here in Austin, Texas. Speaking of Restream team and stuff, we're running this show on Restream Studio, and this is how you can start your own live streaming series. You can do interviews, you can do Q&As, product demos, pretty much anything you want. And if you want to learn more about this, you can check us out at restream.io/studio. Today, I have a very special guest. We are going to talk about a platform that we have a lot of questions coming in from our community members, and the platform is Instagram. So today we are going to talk about how you could leverage the power of Instagram as a platform, your network that you already built there, by repurposing what you are doing with your live streaming. So how to turn your live streams into IGTV videos. And for that, I have an awesome expert who is my guest today, and it is Anita Wong. She is a digital enabler, Facebook and Instagram trainer, stories for business experts, and a video creator. Hi, Anita. Welcome to the show.
Hello. Hi, Anya, and thank you for having me.
That's lovely to have you. Hi, welcome, welcome. For all of our awesome viewers, for our audience, I would like to invite you to participate in this conversation. We do want to get your questions. We do want to help you understand how you could improve and how you could do things better with your Instagram and live streaming strategy at the same time. So please send us your questions. And to start off, you can just let us know if you use Instagram for your businesses. And if you do, let us know how you do that. Do you do primarily stories? Do you use it as a blog post when you write a lot of things with your images? Or do you do live streams on Instagram or IGTV? So yeah, let us know. We would love to find out. And I guess I did a little intro for you, Anita. Would you like to introduce yourself and tell a little bit more about what you do to our audience?
Yeah, sure. So thanks, Anya. Yeah, so like Anya said, my name is Anita, and I'm a digital visibility strategist. So what I tend to do is I help people to understand how to use the tools at their fingertips. So basically anything that's to do with Instagram, Facebook, the strategies around that, then a lot of people stumble on the tech that's associated with those platforms and actually getting themselves seen. So I'm really passionate about helping them to overcome those stumbling blocks and actually get the visibility that their business deserves.
Awesome. That's wonderful. All right. So I had quite a bit of questions for you. For those people who are who are kind of trying to figure out, just starting this whole live video marketing thing, how is IGTV different from Instagram live videos? Because a lot of people think, oh, Instagram live is that button that I can press on my phone and I go live, right? What's the difference between that and IGTV?
Yeah, sure. So in May this year, what used to happen is that you could go live into Instagram stories and you could talk to your network live. And then what would happen is that your live would stay in your stories for 24 hours. What Instagram have done since May is enabled you to transfer that live stream directly into your Instagram TV. So it's a little bit like trying to keep people on their platform, getting people to see your content for longer. And it's literally just a quick flick of the button. And then you've got your live stream actually into your Instagram TV, which is a great way of keeping your content alive.
Awesome. I love that. And I'm seeing some questions already popping up here. So we're going to be taking them as they come just to make sure that, we acknowledge everyone. Bruce here is asking, is Instagram live streaming coming this year? Do you know anything about that? Do you have any insights about like Instagram live streaming proper, similar to LinkedIn Live and stuff like that?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think Instagram's quite protective of their API. They really want you to use their story. Well, they're basically the only way you can live stream on Instagram is to go live in stories and then transfer that live into Instagram TV. They have added a few little features inside of stories, so you can actually put a title in now so that you can actually pre-prepare a little bit of blurb about your live. You can ask your audience questions, and when they actually ask the questions, you can pull those questions up onto the screen whilst you're live, so you can have that real interactive engagement that you want from all of your live streams. But at the moment, it's literally just going through your iPhone, Android phone to actually live stream to the platform at the moment.
Right, absolutely. And I see Carl is here saying Instagram says live streaming from them is a violation of their policies. So I believe that Carlo is referring to the multi-streaming thing. Like they, like you mentioned, they do not want anyone to stream through third-party application. They only want people to basically go live from their phone. But what we are talking about today, Carlo, is actually how you could take your live streams that you are doing already on other platforms and repurpose them, and then utilize that content, repurpose it on IGTV. So this is the topic of our conversation today, where we will focus on how to leverage what you already built on other platforms and also benefit from your community and network that you built on Instagram. So awesome. There is, I guess, a question about, is there an official launch date for IGTV? I believe it's already live, right? Like you can
Instagram TV's live. They're probably thinking about actual live video. So Instagram itself has 3 platforms that you can work with. You've got the feed, so that's like the 9 squares that you see in your grid, and you can put a video in that area up to 1 minute. And actually, if you use the carousel, you can get more than a minute video in there. So that's a really good place to repurpose your live streams from elsewhere. You can also upload up to 1 minute of your live stream into stories. So it will allow you to, although stories are usually 15 seconds, you can actually upload up to 1 minute, and stories will actually segment it into 4 little uprights for you. So that makes that a lot easier. And then of course you've got Instagram TV. So you go live directly into Instagram TV. What you do is you go live into your Instagram stories, and then you transfer it onto your Instagram TV. Or you have a video that you've already pre-prepared and you upload that as well, which is where the live streaming repurposing comes in. Because with Restream, when you go live on all the other platforms, you can download the video from Restream and then upload it directly into Instagram TV for more eyes and more engagement with your community.
Absolutely. And you can also edit it if that's your thing, if you really want to make it short and actually get just like some small segments from that and turn those into stories and then put the whole thing on IGTV. That is an option as well. And this is exactly what we're going to go through today in details. It is so cool. Look at all this engagement. People are coming in and saying it's no fun using Yellow Duck and having to deal with the various aspect ratios. We actually do have that question about how you prepare your stream in terms of specs and sizing, so it does align nicely with what you're going to expect to have on IGTV. So that's a great question. Yeah, I agree that Yellow Duck is a little bit of a hack and a workaround. It's a third party. For those who don't know, it's a third party application that allows you to actually stream to Instagram as a custom RTMP. So for example, if you're using Restream and Yellow Duck, you could send your stream to Instagram, but it's not gonna feed your comments back. So it's basically a one-way street when you push your video out there. But yeah, I agree. It's quite a quirky experience when it comes to this. And there's also won't size limitations be a factor on what content on IG? So that's a question from Robert here. So that's, I guess, again coming back to those sizes and
well, with sizes,
like specifications.
So sizes. When we live stream, say like from Restream, it's a horizontal, 16:9. So that's perfectly okay to go up in Instagram TV. When they first launched, they did really want you to stick to your phone portrait parameters, but they realized that actually they were missing out on a massive market of video creators, because obviously those that create for YouTube who then want to repurpose to Instagram TV didn't want to have to reformat their visuals that much. So you can actually upload a normal size video, so what we're watching now, or you can go and actually create it using your iPhone. Now on the actual Instagram app itself, you can upload up to 15 minutes. So between 60 seconds and 15 minutes, you can upload inside your phone. And then actually you can actually upload up to 60 minutes on your desktop. So I've actually prepared the desktop for later. We're going to have a little look how you can upload to that. But you can get around the larger formats by doing it on your desktop. Just make sure you've got really good internet connection, because obviously when you upload a large video, it does take a little bit of time.
Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, and that answers Carlos' question about the live, the time limitations on IGTV. That's awesome. All right. So let's talk a little bit about the importance of repurposing your live streams, like why people should care about this, like why it is important to understand that your work is not done after your stream is over, and there's a lot more you can do with it moving forward, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when you go live, you're not always going to get a massive audience when you go live. It takes a bit of time to build up an audience when you live stream. So you're actually doing the live in preparation for the replay. So the replay is really, really important, because when people discover that you've been live, they're going to watch the replay. So you're going to get a much higher proportion of people watching your content after you've been live. And then repurposing it is a really good way. So the benefits of repurposing is that not all platforms allow you to live stream, Instagram being one, and you do have an audience on that platform that would want to see your content. So repurposing it across to, say, Instagram TV is a really good idea, but also Pinterest you can't go live into, for example. So you could repurpose snippets of your live stream and upload that into, say, Pinterest. You could upload it into Twitter and any of the other social media platforms that aren't as easy to actually live stream into. One of the benefits of repurposing your live stream obviously is for your brand awareness, for your marketing, because you take a lot of, when you prepare for your live, usually you've done a bit of research about what you want to talk about, whether it's a behind the scenes, whether you're teaching, whether you're training people, and then that content that you've spent so much time preparing, you don't want to let it just sit there and sort of disappear into the world of the internet. You want to just keep bringing it back to life, and you can take snippets of it up to, like in stories, for instance, you can share up to 60 seconds of that video in stories to reignite it. And then if you do have it in Instagram TV, you can take people from your Instagram stories into your Instagram TV. And one of the really, really, really great benefits of Instagram TV is that you can actually have a link that's clickable. So you can then take people from the, say, like the small promotion to your YouTube channel or your Facebook page, usually live stream. So yeah, so it's
that's
really
amazing.
good.
Yeah, that's amazing. That's one of the really important parts, right? Like you want to take your people on, because a lot of times your video would be having some kind of call to action, right? Like you want people to do something as a result of watching or interacting with you, and that is amazing that, you know, those links are supported there. So let's talk about very specific examples. I think it would be really good to see how specifically entrepreneurs and small and medium businesses are benefiting from IGTV. So if you can share some cases, and I know we prepared for you to share our screen. I mean, your screen with us. Let me know when you're ready.
Okay, well, it's up. It should be there, I think.
Awesome. Yeah, let's just want to make sure.
Okay, no, that's fine, because I've sort of covered myself up, so I can't. Okay, so what I've done here is I've just chosen a few of the biggest brands to show you first. So first of all, this is my account, and if I just jump over to, say, like the National Geographic. So National Geographic use Instagram TV really well. So obviously they've got a massive following worldwide. They've got 145 million followers on Instagram, and they're using Instagram TV for very short form videos. So they're 3 minutes, 4 minutes long, although when they're referring to documentaries, they can go up to 15, 20 minutes long. So just to show you that there's lots of different ways that you can bring it in. They've pretty much not done the thumbnails for them. They've just taken snippets from the videos that they've uploaded, which when you are in nature and the environment, then it's a lot easier to do that. You don't catch like people talking off center and things like that. Another good example of people using Instagram TV is So Yummy. That's another account which actually they bring in chefs from all over the world, and they actually live stream cooking lessons. So this is really good if you're an inspiring chef, or you've got a cafe or something like that. You can actually do short form videos, although they've done like full long length recipe videos with finished dishes and things. But you can see how alongside their normal posts, so when they go back to their normal posts, you can see that they've got really nice crisp sort of set out for their brand awareness. Gary Vaynerchuk is another one who uses it really well. He's repurposing a lot of his work because you can see that in the background they're actually horizontal. If I just play one, you can see that the actual shape of the video is actually done in a normal format. It's not been like sized. It's been resized to fit into here. And I wanted to use an example of someone who hasn't got a lot of followers. So a colleague of mine who's been actually working with me, Claudia, who runs a German language school, has been using Instagram TV to reach her audience by actually promoting her Facebook group. So she's got some of these videos here where she actually asks you here, look, to access my group, click the link. And when you actually go into her video, she's actually got a link that is clickable, which takes them to her Facebook group. So that's just an example of entrepreneurs such as ourselves who don't have thousands and thousands and thousands of followers at the moment. You can actually still utilize all the strategies. And here's my account here. I've got 2,394, and I repurpose nearly all of my lives into Instagram TV because it just reaches a different audience, and you can really utilize the platform to really help you to pretty much reach a wider audience all over. And if you want to know, should I show an example of how to actually upload a video?
Yeah, that would be my second question. Actually, my next question for us to follow up on this, because those examples look great. And I think it would be great if you also kind of go through your steps and maybe mention the tools that you're using, like how exactly that process is going. Let's say you restream the video, something like similar to what we're doing right now. We have this great interview. We're talking about Instagram. So let's say press that finish button. Your video is ready. It's downloaded from Restream's recording tab. So what are the next steps? What would you do after?
Okay, so the first thing I would do, like you said, is download the live stream. So with Restream, you can go into their dashboard and you can download it onto your computer. Now, if you haven't got editing skills, then you can actually upload the live stream directly to Instagram TV in the format that it's downloaded in. If you do have some editing skills, and it doesn't have to be like advanced. So for instance, some of the editing tools that I use to pop in a short, sort of slightly shorter form video would be wave.video, for an example. They have all these templates inside their software, which allows you to actually just place your video into the size template and then download it. What I would suggest is that if you want to just like take what you've got from your live stream and actually get it into IGTV quick, so that you don't lose that momentum of maybe the offer or the program that you're promoting, then I would upload it directly into Instagram TV, either on mobile, or it's probably easier on your desktop, because most live streaming tools work from your desktop, especially like with the studio here, you download it onto your computer and you can actually upload inside of Instagram TV. One step that I would suggest you do is to actually prepare the thumbnail. So as you can see on my screen, a lot of my videos have got pre-prepared thumbnails. They've got sort of like, they've been nicely got some big words on, and you've got different ones that have got the thumbnails on. So what I did is I actually went into Canva, and hopefully you can see this now. What happens with so in Canva, what you can do is you can actually go into the templates in Canva and just choose the Instagram stories template. So that gives you this nice correct size, and the size for it is 1080 pixels by 1920 pixels. So if you don't have the ability to go into, say, like Canva, or you've got your own photo editing tool at home that you want to use, then if you create a shape that's 1080 by 1920 pixels, then that will be the shape that you need to go over the top of your Instagram TV video. However, when you want to monopolize on Instagram TV, what you want to do is, when you upload to Instagram TV, you want to share a copy of that video into your feed. So if I go down and find one that I shared, so here's the video that you just saw in Instagram TV that I shared into my feed, which also gives it more visibility. So those people that follow me on Instagram can video in my Instagram. They can get to watch 1 minute of it in my Instagram feed, and then it will automatically ask them if they want to go to my Instagram TV. Now, you want that to look quite nice to fit in with your feed. So to do that in Canva, what you want to do is you want to just make sure that the center part of this thumbnail, what we would call it, has the most information that you want to have on it. So once you've done that, you just download it to your computer, and that's pretty much all you have to do. And then what you want to do is you want to go to your Instagram TV tab on your Instagram account. So if you've never ever done an Instagram TV video, then you will, when you go to upload a video on you have to do it on your mobile first. and it will ask you if you want to do a long form. Or you can download the Instagram TV app from the App Store or the Play Store and actually go in via the Instagram TV app, because there is actually a separate app as well. But since Instagram has been promote Instagram TV as their video platform, they've actually amalgamated the tabs, as you can see along here, so that you can get to Instagram TV from the desktop. So when you click the Instagram TV tab, you can actually upload. You will get the blue upload button. Now, what I've done so that we weren't delayed on the live is I've actually pre-prepared one here. And this one has got a video that I uploaded. So what I want to do first of all is I just want to show you, if you press the upload button, this is what you're presented with. So as you can see, you can drag or drop your file in here, or you can press the plus button and it will open up the files on your computer. Your video must be between 1 minute to 60 minutes long to upload on the desktop. If you want to upload it on your mobile, it has to be between 1 minute and 15 minutes long. So if you've got a longer video than that you want to repurpose, then you'll have to do it here on the desktop. And it can be, like I said, a landscape or a portrait format. So you don't have to actually edit anything of your live stream if you don't want to. You can just pop it in. But I would recommend that you do the thumbnail so that people know what the video is about. And also the selection of the thumbnail isn't very good when you do it on your mobile phone. You know, you get that little bit you can drag along and you can choose part of your video. Sometimes you just really can't find one that makes you look good. So it's quite good just to get the thumbnail done. So once you've uploaded your video, you can then, they'll show you a little snippet of your video here, and then you can click edit and you can upload that pre-prepared thumbnail that you prepared. And then all you have to do is you write the title and the description. And in the description is where you can put what your video is about, what you want your audience to learn from your video, or what you want them to take away from your video, and also what the call to action is. So if you have a call to action that requires them visiting a third-party website, or maybe an email subscribe page, or maybe a sign-up form, then you can actually put the link in here, and it will be clickable once you start viewing the video in Instagram TV. So you can't click it inside of the Instagram grid, but once you view the video in Instagram TV, then the link becomes clickable. And this bit here, it says post to preview. This is where you can actually post up to 1 minute of the preview on your grid. So those 9 squares that you see inside the normal Instagram, that's where the preview will go. And that's why it's so important that you have the middle part of your thumbnail really optimized nicely for when it sits in the square grid of your normal Instagram feed. And then once it's in, you can go ahead and click post, or like I've just done before, you can save a draft, and then you can post it when you're ready. So if you're not posted it when you've actually uploaded it, maybe you did your live in the morning and you want to actually reach your audience later on in the day, you can actually come in, pre-prepare it, and then post it from there. So if I go back to my profile again, and we go back to Instagram TV, and I go to my drafts, we can see I've got one here already. And then all you do is you click it, and then you click edit video, and it will be ready for you to finish off doing what you were doing. So I put my title in, I said catch the full one. I've already done my thumbnail, and then all you do, and here you can also put your hashtags for search. So you can have up to 30 hashtags inside your Instagram TV so that it can be seen wider across your Instagram account. So you go ahead and press post, and it will upload the live stream to your Instagram TV. So we'll just let that do its business. And yeah, that's it. So there it is there, ready to be played. And if we go to my 9 squares and I refresh my page, I'll just refresh that so it picks up the new content. There's my Instagram TV video all ready to be viewed. And what happens is that up here in the little corner, you have the Instagram TV icon, which means that it's a video that you can watch. So if I was actually to click it and play, it will play, and this one is 3 minutes 39 minutes long, so it will keep playing for me on the desktop, and you can actually watch it all the way through on the desktop. And like I said, the link is clickable. So if I click the link, it's actually going to take me to the full video, which is on YouTube, which is on my YouTube channel for you to actually go ahead. So that's how cool repurposing your live streams are. So I did the live stream here on YouTube, and I downloaded it from my Restream, and I've uploaded it into my Instagram TV for my Instagram folks to watch, because they can't actually watch here on Instagram.
That is amazing. Yeah, that was very helpful. I think I really love how you actually broke it down on step by step, so like people understand exactly what to do. And it's amazing how repurposing is kind of almost a cycle of repurposing, right? Based on what you just showed. So you did the stream. Now it's also performing as a video on demand on YouTube. Then you repurpose it for Instagram to create more traction and to also capture people who are following you on that specific platform. And then you lend them back to that video that you started with, right? Like that stream that became a video on demand. So this is kind of like a circle of life, right?
Yeah, and you can make it go even further on Instagram, because in Instagram TV, when you're on your phone, I can't actually share my phone at the moment, but when you're on the phone, you can actually go into your Instagram TV video and share it to your stories. So I can do that now. If I go in and just click on my video, and then I can share it to my story, and then I can I'll just send it straight into my story, and then you guys can go and check that out on my Instagram. You can actually see that same Instagram TV video inside my story now. So I've actually live streamed on, say, Facebook and YouTube and LinkedIn Live, downloaded it, uploaded it into Instagram TV, shared it to my Instagram account, and I've now shared it to my story. So it gets even wider visibility for the message that I was showing then. And you can always go back to it and do that cycle again over and over again to bring that same content back up in front of people.
That's amazing. For those who's trying to see all of that in action, as well as get more insights on Instagram and Facebook from Anita, you can find her at _, right? Anita _Wong on Instagram. That's her tag right here. I'm showing it on the screen. And there's also another way to connect with Anita. You can find her on anitawong.co.uk. That is her website where you can find all kinds of platforms. You can connect with her on Facebook. You can find her YouTube channel, follow her on Instagram, of course, and get more insights and tutorials and educational content of that sort. This is super exciting.
Yeah,
I love this. This is really helpful. I really like that, like run through and specific steps. So I think that's gonna perform really well for us as well.
Yeah. Okay.
So moving forward to general questions, I guess, what type of, based on your experience, because you're teaching so many different people, you're primarily working with business owners, entrepreneurs, and small and medium businesses, what type of content performs the best on Instagram? Because like you said, there's so many different formats, there's so many different ways. There's stories, there are posts, there are videos and lives. And of course, there are different cases, like different things that you can show. What do you, in your experience, see as the best thing, your best bet if you're just starting?
I would say that if you're just starting out, then raising awareness of your brand and your message is really important. So topics such as behind the scenes for Instagram TV and live streaming. So perhaps like if you obviously behind the scenes you can do via your mobile, so you can maybe live stream on your mobile for behind the scenes. If you
apologies, I think we just lost Anita for a second, and I hope she'll be back. And in the meantime, I'm just gonna say hi to you folks. I see John is saying nice and yes please. I guess this is about like the run through and showing exactly the steps of how you could start with Instagram. And there's also Feeling Through saying hello, thumb up, hi there, good to see you here. Thanks for tuning in. Let me see if we can get Anita back. Philip says, hi, Anita. She is coming back. I promise she is going to be joining us back in just a second, because we had a couple more things that I wanted to cover regarding Instagram. So just want to make sure that she is back. in the meantime, while she is reconnecting, let me know. So we left off at the moment where we were talking about like what type of content performs the best on Instagram. Let me know what kind of Instagram content you started with, like when you first realized that, okay, I want to also get on Instagram. I want to galvanize and ignite my community there. What was your what was the type of content you were posting? Like for me personally, I started with this just picture and description, and I was basically using Instagram as a blog for my personal things, my little traveling, my little observations about the place where I live, and certain events and things that were happening. And of course, now Instagram moved on, million steps, and there's so many different formats and things that you can do aside from just posting. But that was my first thing because that was kind of like the only thing I knew how to do. So yeah, let me know how you started and what was your strategy? Did you just jump into stories the moment they appeared and became available? How much Instagram Live are you doing? And how familiar I was with you was IGTV, because that is relatively new. Let me see if I can. And sorry about this little hiccup with the connection with Anita. I hope she is going to try to find us again. Let me try to just send her a link once more, just in case she's struggling with this. I hope it's not some kind of a major connection issue, because sometimes that happens. And I see the comment from Shek Sharma replying to Restream. Yes, we under Juni. Awesome. I guess that's your Instagram, and that's where you post your stuff. Like, yeah, let me know what kind of content do you post. That would be exciting. Okay, here she is. Hi, Anita.
Oh, I don't know what happened. I was talking to myself.
Yeah. Sorry about that. No worries. Yeah, it could be the internet connection. Sometimes it happens. No worries. I'm happy you're back. So let's just pick up where we left off, and just get back to our conversation about what kind of content performs best on Instagram based on your experience.
Yeah. So content that obviously on Instagram, video is one of the highest performing content types that you can put onto Instagram. Obviously, a lot of people put images on there as well. So if you're going to use images, it has to be well curated, very clear, very bright, very very like eye-catching. But with video, what happens with video is that you have movement. So instantly, when people scroll through the feed, they're instantly attracted to your updates because you've got movement in your video. So anything that is eye-catching, so behind the scenes works really, really well. So does how-tos. So you can do short little how-tos, perhaps like if you're a cook or a chef, you can actually do little how-tos inside of Instagram TV and on stories, and just create shorter videos. Live streaming, if you can interview people, that's really good, because that gets the conversation going, and that also helps other people to ask questions as well. So yeah, those sorts of things work really, really well. Yeah, Phillips just said hello and said that behind the scenes work really well for him.
Yeah, absolutely. I was just going to highlight his comment. That's great. He earlier showed up and said hello, Anita, right when we had that moment, and I was like, she's coming back, I promise she'll say hi back to you. So that's an interesting case here too. I work as a sound engineer for wedding band, and I utilize my Instagram story to show the wedding venue and equipment, which generated a lot of attention. Yeah. That's a great use case. Yeah, if your skill or your job, your work is something that is interesting to show, right? Like for me, for example, I also think about that sometimes, like maybe I should do a little bit of behind the scenes of how I prepare to the stream, right? Because this is kind of like nothing is refined and polished in live video, of course, but it is a sort of refined and polished versions because all the lights are set, everything is good. Yeah. And I was thinking maybe I should stream a little bit about like all those moments when you're like, oh gosh, this microphone does not want to connect, and like, can anyone please bring me coffee because I'm dying, but I cannot leave because I'm about to go live, and I'm so grateful for everyone who helps me out with that. So yeah, it's definitely it's a good format. It's very personable, like you kind of get to know the person as they are. Love that.
Yeah. And it's very important that people see the person behind the business, and that's where video can really help you, and that's where live streaming really helps. I've got actually a very close colleague, Carol Boskert, who's a sales strategist, and she's been doing live streaming every day for about the last month. She's been like really making an effort to be in front of the camera every day, and she's really shown, like, it really shows that people will really sort of like connect with her, ask her questions, ring up and ask her if she's got any space to work with and things like that. And I think what happens when you get in front of the camera, you can start to build that connection. And I know some people find getting in front of the camera quite difficult as well, because they're quite nervous about being in front of the camera. But what you've got to remember about live streams and pre-recorded is that you can always take it down if you really don't feel comfortable with it. It doesn't have to stay up forever. You can always take it down, take the best bits from what you've done, and do shorter little videos until you grow your confidence. That's one thing that I would say, is that don't be afraid to give it a go as well, because that's something that some people are a bit worried about.
It is a very intimidating thing to do your first live, right? It is very, there's a lot of anxiety around it, because there's so many things that can go wrong. And of course you expect all of those things to go wrong. And there's so many different things you have to consider, from gear and internet connection and software you're using to yourself, right? Like, what are you talking about? How you look on camera, how you come off. So I understand the hesitation there, but I agree 100%. The best way to find out if this is going to work for you is to try. And the best way to make it work for you is to keep trying and keep going and improving, learning from your mistakes. Speaking of mistakes, I was going to ask you, what would you say are the most common mistakes that people make when they work with Instagram for their businesses? Like, anything that people should really watch out for, and try not to repeat?
No, I would say they don't stay focused on their message. That's one thing that I find, that there are two different types of people working with Instagram. There are those that use it for their social, and there are those that use it as a business tool. So if you are using it as a business tool, then you need to remember that, of course, people need to know who you are. So if you look at my feed, there's pictures of my family, there's pictures of my BMX, there's pictures of my dog, but there's also lots and lots of posts around business and how what I'm experiencing as a person affects my business. So it's like trying to remember that you've got to have that goal in mind. So if you're going to use Instagram as your main, or one of your main social media tools, to actually set a goal and try and stick to that, because and try and stay focused. But also, if you look at the graphic side of things, like what it looks like, is trying to sort of keep to a theme, make sure that make sure the setup is actually done. That's probably one of the biggest mistakes business owners don't do, is they don't utilize the setup. So when I say that, it's like the profile picture needs to either be you or your logo. You need to have your bio written, so that people, when they reach your bio, they can actually understand what it is that you're doing and what you're offering. And also the website link, because Instagram is a one link platform. So what I mean by that is that feed posts, you can't put a link that's clickable. So everything is being driven towards your bio link. So that bio link needs to go somewhere where people can actually find information out about you. So you can either create a landing page on your website, or you could use some of the third-party tools that you can create them, such as Linktree, things like that, where you can actually put more than one link in your bio. And then try and utilize all of the tool, because Instagram itself loves it when you use all of their tools. So in Instagram itself, you've got your Instagram feed post, you've got your stories, you've got reels. Now they've introduced reels, so you've got very short form video that you can play around with, and then you've got Instagram TV. And then you can also save some of your stories to your highlights, so that they can actually live on. So if you do video in stories, then it stays on your feed for a lot longer, because it's right at the top of your form.
Yeah, absolutely. So you mentioned BMX. That's my last personal touch that I was really curious about. So you are racing, right? Professionally, almost semi-professionally.
Yeah.
Can you tell a little bit about that, and how did you start, and how long have you been doing this for? And how does it
Yeah,
play
sure.
into your whole like personal
Yeah,
brand? Like,
no, that's fine. So I love BMX. So BMX racing. So obviously I'm not a teenager. I'm in my late 40s, believe it. And the age category that I race for is 30 plus women in the UK. So I started racing as a teenager, and then stopped because I grew up a little bit, and then got a job and things like that. And then I have 4 teenage daughters, and a couple of them wanted to try it out. So I took them down to the track. And then I suddenly realized that there was women racing. And I was like, oh, I want to do it again then. I'm going to start again. So I've been racing again for about the last 6 years. And the last 4 years, I've been quite serious about it. I've raced worldwide. So I got world number 7 in Azerbaijan in 2019. No, 2019. And then I got 5th. So I'm world number 5 last year in Belgium. And I've got a sponsorships from a racing company called Twisted Concepts. So I race for them. But it's a really, really great sport. And the BMX that I do is around a track. So we start off, there's 8 of us in a race, and we go over jumps and round berms and things. And it's a sprint to the finish, basically. And then you count down like through the heats to finish off in the last 8. And that's and unfortunately, because of the situation we're all living in at the moment, we haven't been racing this year. So but usually it's an every weekend occurrence, racing, and then in the gym in the week, and really working to keep fit and out the front. So and this year I got 5th in the world. So last year, so this is my trophy from last year. We raced in Belgium, in Zolder. So that's in my office. Actually use it to hold the door sometimes, but usually it's on the shelf.
that is amazing. It's interesting. I also have my all my marathon and half marathon medals hanging in my office on the wall, because there is something really special about bringing your little trophies and your little awards to work. On that day when you're feeling like everything is falling apart, you look at that medal and you're like, okay, well, sometimes I rock. So that's good.
Yeah, we rock all the time, awesome. But sometimes it's nice just to look at it and go, oh, I did that, because so it's a bit like work. You work for an achievement. When you're an entrepreneur and you work for yourself, you always have these you set these goals, and sometimes you can get disheartened. And it's the same when you do a sport, or you do anything that you love, any hobby that you have. Sometimes you get in your way, and you just have to and I think that's something that being like what you've done, like marathon running, I'm BMXing and things, help you actually achieve in business as well. So when you bring that spirit in business, then that helps you achieve as well. So and you learn from everything that you do. So yeah, it's good. I could talk about BMX all the time, just as much as I could talk about
I know, right? 2 things and go together well. Well, thank you so very much for being with us today. I really appreciate it. We're going to wrap this up for this Friday, but I think it was great. There was so many great insights, and I hope people who joined us today learned a lot about Instagram and IGTV, and specifically how to utilize the power of that tool without doing too much extra work, by just taking your live streams that you already have and repurposing them and getting extra engagement, returning people to your videos on demand on your other platforms, and utilizing Instagram for calls to actions, for growing your community and your network. So that is awesome. Philip there sends, you both are awesome.
Oh, fan. Thank you for staying the whole time as well. And anyone has any questions about this, then do pop them underneath in the comments, and I'll come back and answer them, and do connect with me, and I'll answer them there.
Absolutely. And if you have any more questions for us for Restream, you can also comment to all those videos wherever you're watching, on LinkedIn, on YouTube, on Instagram, or on Facebook, or on Twitter today. It's such an Instagram themed day that is just like stuck there. You can connect with Anita on Instagram
over there. Yeah, we can always put this one on there. Yeah, we should. Yeah.
I'm actually going to. Yeah, I'm actually going to do that. Like this specific interview, I think would do really well on Restream's Instagram. So yeah, check that out as well. Connect with Anita on Instagram. Here's her handle, and you can also find her on her website, where all her platforms are. It's at anitawong.co.uk. So for those who is new and just joining us, so hello, and I hope you'll catch the replay for this. My guest today was Anita Wong. She's a digital enabler, Facebook and Instagram trainer, stories for business expert, and video creator. Thank you so much for being with us today,
Thank
Anita.
you.
Have a lovely rest of your Friday.
Yeah, thank you. Bye, everyone.
Bye. And for our awesome community, I really appreciate you guys hanging out with us today. Thanks for your great questions. Thanks for your comments. That is absolutely amazing. So I see Philip is asking Restream to Instagram Live. So with Restream, you cannot stream to Instagram Live, but we do have an Instagram channel for Restream. So what I'm going to do is to take Anita's advice and repurpose this video, this stream into an IGTV video. So this is going to be pretty exciting. We're going to see how that comes out. So feel free to check us out. You can find us at Restreamio. I believe our handle is just Restream.io, all one word, no dots, no spaces, no extra signs. And if you enjoyed the show, give me thumbs ups, share your comments, share your suggestions, anything. We do come back to comments, and I will tag Anita if you have more and further questions for her, wherever you guys are, on whichever platform. And I, other than that, wish you a wonderful rest of your Friday and a beautiful, fabulous weekend. Thanks. Bye.